Thank you. So far, we heard of Eli.io, another startup that will steal my job, creating AI videos with digital presenter. We heard about Lab24, a medical laboratory, Mosquitter, and right now VR. The next startup promises an easy-to-use mobile app for sales and bookkeeping automation for micro and small businesses. Sounds promising a lot. Let's welcome Saldo Apps. Right to the center, so that everybody can see you. All right, we have the presentation. No, it doesn't. Sorry. Can I have it back? Now it does.
Oh.
Is the timer ready?
I see, guy.
There we go.
All right. So you might remember me by the last year's IT Arena. We won the 3rd place. And some may consider it's good, but we considered it a defeat. So we thought, all right, what did we done wrong? And we thought we were not ambitious enough. So this time we are rebirthed, coming back for our 1st place. So welcome. We previously did sales and bookkeeping automation for just restaurants. Now we're focusing on more broad segments, but we defined that we're only focusing on micro businesses. So we're doing small and convenient mobile applications for sales and bookkeeping automation for micro and small businesses. How does it work? Meet Fred. He's a plumber. He has a small plumbing company, and basically he wants to understand how much does he make end of the month. So he obviously using something like Invoice2Go. Like, for example, he needs to get paid somehow, so he's using Invoice2Go. And also one important thing is that it collects information about like debts to him. Second is he's using other tools like, say, spreadsheets to understand how much does he need to pay end of the month to his guys who's doing like shifts, monthly, and it varies, and then maybe some bonuses, and maybe some inventory, and blah, 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 blah. And then manually he inputs all this into its products like QuickBooks or Mint for personal finances. All right. So with Saldo Apps, basically he's using the same invoice maker, he's using staff schedule and payroll automation, and all the data automatically gets into the finance app. He don't need to do anything manually. In addition to this, if he'll connect the, say, bank account, we'll extract the data and he'll basically have his corporate and personal finances in the same app. No manual job, or at least like very, very minimized. So, welcome, Fred. In general, our ecosystem looks like this. We have these convenient mobile apps that are separated first glance, but under the hood, they are integrated in a very powerful platform that makes them absolutely synchronous. So, obviously, we're looking into the big names like these, and unfortunately, all right, now there is better. So, only this slide, by the way, constitutes logos for more than $100 billion, so the market is huge. And basically, these are our competitors, but they're single-purpose applications. So the idea is that we believe we are better than single-purpose applications because we're providing more holistic data, and we are better than like holistic applications like QuickBooks because we providing very like convenient and easy-to-use mobile applications that are required by micro businesses. So additional like benefits having applications that we have like multiple entrances to the same guy. So for example, he introduced to us through invoices and we upsell the other apps, or he is introduced through finance and then we again upsell. So numbers look like this. We get in one time, we pay in one time cost of customer acquisition, and we have multiple LTVs for these apps that we upsell. So obviously for such an ambitious goal, we need to have a rockstar team. So welcome. I've already built a POS system that had one order a second as we speak in Southeast Asia and in Ukraine. Radomir built POS system that had 100,000 users and sold it to IDNS. But what is more important is that his proprietary App Store technology is servicing customers like Reface or Elix or Prom.ua, making them #1 in their App Store categories. Artyom built maybe the best performance marketing team in Eastern Europe. Tony's company is generating 25 million views on his content projects monthly, and Stan managed M&A deals for more than $100 million in Deloitte. So it works. We now know how to acquire customers and we know how to get them paid. So we're growing. We have 20,000 customers and we more than sure that beginning of next year we'll hit 1 million ARR. So yeah, watch us. But that's not it. When I showed you this slide, you might thought, oh, what a naive guy comparing himself to like market leaders. Like good things, good news, we already started kicking asses. For example, Saldo Invoice Maker already overthrown Invoice to go in App Store ranking because again of our unfair advantage, proprietary App Store optimization technology. So now we are having more organic traffic than these guys, market leaders. And just to remind, we are talking about 600 million company. So yeah, welcome and please give us the first place this time so I don't need to come next year.
Round of applause. Yep. A man of great confidence, isn't he? Now to the Q&A, we'll start with a question from Marco. Marco is asking, how are you defining a micro versus a small versus a medium business? And how are you prioritizing these?
All right, so our first priority is micro because, we believe our suit's going to be the most, they are the most underserved, I would say. We define it's like few people. Then small is obviously defined based on jurisdiction. There are some, I would say, market convention, but for example, in the US, it's relatively big businesses. In Europe, it may be smaller. It's like few, maybe tens, up to 100 people max.
Thank you. Ragnar?
So I have this nasty question about the team. If I go to the Saldo App webpage and scroll down, I see for the business in yours, contact NetPeak Group. So this is not actually startup, isn't it?
It is.
But it's owned by NetPeak Group.
No, it's not.
Okay. But why you tell that in your webpage? So
we are part.
Yes. Who are the founders and how much they are running the business?
They are helping us with back office. We outsource back office to them. It's like
Are
legal.
you founder?
Sorry?
Are you founder?
I'm a founder.
Okay, so you basically can like go and you own more than 50% of the company.
I don't own now more than 50% of the company, but I've showed founders on the slide, and all these guys, there is no corporate ownerships in cap
these
table.
4 people are like 100% time in the company, including NetPeak founder. He's an amazing dude.
He's an amazing dude, and he do not spend obviously 100%. He spends some less portion.
I still don't understand.
But frankly
why
speaking,
NetPeak Group
we are not owned. In the cap table, there is no company NetPeak.
Okay, so
the guy from NetPeak is owning a share in the company, and we outsource the back office to them.
But you told in your application you invested 1.8 million. Who the fuck invested that?
Oh, first we spent hell a lot of money ourselves building
So
one
you
part
had
of application.
1.8 million in your bank.
Sorry?
You had this money.
Sorry, I missed the number. What money?
I asked who invested 1.8 million.
All right. So some part invested myself and the partner. We recently joined 2 companies.
Okay.
One was Orti, the one exhibiting last year, and another one is Invoice Maker. So basically, Saldo Apps. So basically, we joined forces now with that 2 companies, and part, maybe half, was spent by one company, part, maybe half, was spent by another company. And it was individual contributions by, like, also including myself.
Super amazing product, but
I'm
it's
sorry, let's keep
Rosa.
it fair. A question from Warren. What is your LTV to CAC ratio for small businesses?
Got it. It's like few times LTV than CIC, but it's pretty hard to say at this moment because we recently joined forces, 2 companies. We have very low CIC because again of our unfair advantage, proprietary App Store and SEO technologies. So we need to have broader suite to have these numbers firmed up.
Thank you. We have time for one more question from in-person judges.
Could you please explain me from your personality? If this is a startup, let's imagine that this is an independent startup, which means that you would spend on this 10 years of your life. Why this idea will wake you up in the morning for 10 years?
I know quite a lot of people, micro businesses, and I was myself. I started my first business in 2007. And I remember the time, I mean, you can just not leave this routine. You need to work 24/7 in order to maintain your small business. So I believe we'll let them free. And this really changes a lot of people's life, I believe. So, I mean, this is big impact to wake up for.
Thank you. We have time for one more question.
Really great, thanks. So you didn't say anything about your market, about size of your market and which markets are you penetrating geographically and so on.
All right. So right now we already in the US, and a majority of the revenue I showed was the US, but we also targeting developing countries, especially Southeast Asia, which is like booming, and especially related to micro businesses.
Do you know the size of the market that you are addressing?
We did not measure it specifically. I mean, we had some numbers. It's like few tens billions by the book, but again, it's just accounting software. But we also looking into fintech, maybe some like drift. So I just showed the slide with the competitors, which has collectively valuated more than 100 billion. So we can refer to that.
Thank you very much. A round of applause.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.